In part 1, I recommended the line f6, d4, king to f7. It's the fried fox defense, which is very good in my opinion. It's very psychological. It can lead to a lot of wins, which I have shown you in the YouTube. Another plan that we have is knight to c6. You might be wondering, what does that move do? After d5, knight to e5, f4, knight to f7, isn't black's position bad? I mean, his knight's already on f7. Well, it's not even really controlling the center. Well, actually, it's controlling the center quite well. It's helping us play the move e5, which we can get in a lot of positions. And I do believe the knight there is pretty good. It also actually helps us defend our king, because the f7 square is weak in this opening. So let's continue with the line d5, f4, and then knight to f7, knight to f3. He's wanting to castle king side. He can even castle queen side and attack us on the king side. Since we already have a knight on f7, he wants to target the knight with bishop to c4 in some lines. After knight to f3, I recommend the move e5. As I said, our plan is to play e5. Sometimes we want to trade off our queen on d8, take it with our king, play c6, then king to c7, and our king will be extremely safe. After e5, obviously he's going to take the pawn. We're going to take the pawn. And after bishop to d3, bishop to c5, we stopped white from castling. And then now you're starting to see that this line is good as well as the fried fox. And after knight to c3, knight to f6, queen to e2. He also has knight to a4, which I recommend bishop to e7, queenside castles, and then castles. It's an equal game with equal chance of counterattacking chances for both sides. After queen to e2, castles, knight to a4, bishop to b6, knight takes, and a takes. I would say white wasted 2 knight moves for us to help us gain an open file on the a file. And I would say black has a better game in this position. So, what happens if instead of knight to f3, if he simply plays, say, if he plays bishop to c4. Wait, no, that's not the line. Hold on. What happens if he plays c4? We can counterattack with e5 again, which is a plan in ours to play e5. D takes, queen takes, king takes. We are following the plan, and after bishop to e3, we can play c6, knight to c3, king to c7, queenside castles, and bishop to b4. I would say black's king is extremely safe. Maybe we can play something, say like knight to g, e7, rook to d8, and attack his rook on the file to try to gain it for ourselves. Now with knight to c3, as in, it looks like a lot like the main line of the Alekine's defense, of the Alekine variation. We can play e5 now. After d takes, queen takes, king takes, bishop to e3, bishop to d7, castles, bishop to b4. Our plan again, is to play c6 and king to c7. You're probably going to get a lot of these plans in your own games. I would not recommend d6. d6, in my opinion, is trash. It blocks in black's knight. It blocks on g8. It blocks in the bishop on f8. We could always have developed the bishop, the light squared bishop, anytime we wanted to. We don't need to do it now. There's no point. Where are we going to develop it? Say on f3, but then he's going to harass and storm on the king side, and it's not going to be safe. e6 is also another line. D takes, and after d takes, it all trades. Knight to b5. You're forced to play bishop to d6. Play a stupid move like that. Knight takes, and he forks our rook. So after knight takes, after we play bishop to d6, C takes, knight f3, knight e7, bishop to d2, knight d to c6, queenside castles, bishop to d7, bishop to e2 and castles. It's an equal game with equal chances. Well, what if he plays knight c3? I recommend the move e5, d5, and knight c7, knight c to e7. We can always transfer our knight to g6. We can play knight g to e7 if we wanted to, or we can play bishop c5, then knight g to e7. This is a positional sacrifice. Not really, because he can regain the pawn if he wanted to, but we would gain a better position. It is a positional sacrifice because of knight to b5, and after knight to c6, white has a lot of pressure on our position. I would say it's worse for us. That's why it's better to play knight to g6. And after takes, and knight to d5, reroute our queen, and I would say we still have an equal game. I have listed all the variations for knight c6. Another move that we will be looking at is the move e5. And after d takes, knight c6. And after e takes, knight takes, bishop to c4. I would say that in this position, black has a developmental advantage. Now, he doesn't have to take. This is just introductory to our next video tomorrow. If you like it, please subscribe. Dislike if you don't like it. Like it if you want. Please put your thoughts and comments into the comment section. Thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow.